started as a student affairs professional back in the late 80s, early 90s, working first in admissions and then as an academic advisor and career counselor into orientation, retention, campus information services, and eventually found my way into a position as the Associate Dean of Students at the University of St. Thomas, the largest private college in Minnesota. So I worked in student affairs for 20 years before joining the faculty here at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. And I think that's pretty important. All of our full-time faculty here have a minimum of 10 years of postmaster's professional experience. So we really see ourselves as practitioners first and also scholars. But I think that gives the UWL program a different flavor, perhaps, than the other doctoral programs I looked into when I was first considering doctoral education.
So why the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse? I've heard about this program for many years before ever even having the opportunity to consider joining the program here. It has a fine national reputation in the field of student affairs and higher education in terms of the master students that are produced out of the program. It also has a nice national reputation as being one of the leaders in online education. And so I think in a field that's always striving to find new ways to be supportive and to facilitate student success, I think online learning gives us some interesting and unique opportunities to do that. In addition to that sort of national reputation, it's also an opportunity to work with really outstanding faculty and students. And faculty at UWL have extensive practitioner experience. And so that's one of the things that I think sets this program apart from other programs. We come to the faculty role with an extensive background in student affairs practice, which allows us then both at the master's level and the doctoral level to really engage our students in a practitioner-focused curriculum. So that to me was very exciting. And then finally, I think the program has an exceptional way of looking at social justice and embedding social justice in all of our courses and in our expectations of ourselves as well as our expectations of our students. And so that to me provides a nice home for me to do the kind of work that I am interested in doing.
Hello, my name is Dr. Adele Lozano, and I'm an assistant professor in the Student Affairs Administration program at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. My background in student affairs, higher education, started with getting a master's degree in student affairs from the University of Northern Iowa. After that, I spent about 18 years working in multicultural student affairs at 3 different institutions, the University of Iowa, the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, and Iowa State University. While I was at Iowa State University, I earned my PhD in higher education administration. Those years of student affairs practice, I really focused on the retention and leadership development of underrepresented minoritized students, student populations, and at each institution, I was able to develop as a scholar practitioner through my work with students and really being open to learning from students. So while I was supporting and promoting the success of the students I was working with, I was also learning a lot from them about intersecting identities and intersectionality and the importance of resistance sometimes at a historically white institution in the Midwest.
My name is York Vian, and I am Associate Professor and Department Chair of the Department of Student Affairs Administration at UW-La Crosse. My background in student affairs and higher education dates back to the late 90s when I started working in residence life functions and housing functions. And before joining UWL as a faculty member in 2010, I worked for 4 different large public research universities all in housing and residence life related functions?
So there are multiple ways that we engage online learners. The first of which is that we have a cohort-based program. So you're taking classes with the same group of individuals for the 3 years. That's different than a traditional PhD program where you might be in class with the same people. You might not, but it's harder to develop a sense of community that way. We also do several online synchronous meetings, meaning Thursdays at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time, I'll invite anyone to join me in a Google Hangout, and so we can connect at a time that works for folks. That's hard to do because we have students from across the nation, but it's important for us to offer multiple opportunities for engagement at times that work for working professionals. So we know that you have a day job that keeps you busy, at least from the working hours of an institution. We do a lot of work on the evenings and weekends to meet you where you are.
Doctoral programs that are online were created to provide access to folks who couldn't leave their place of residence or who couldn't leave their employment. And so in terms of providing access for master's and doctoral students, we created the online options. And so those folks that are already working in higher education and student affairs come with a wide variety of their own experiences, and my classrooms become learning communities where not I as the instructor am the only one responsible for delivering content, but I also leave it up to our students, many of them working professionals, to provide insight and expertise and experience that the other learners in the classroom can benefit from.
Finally, we do a mix of individual and group projects, so there's opportunity certainly for folks to do individual work, but we also try to build that community and the sense of collaboration that is prevalent in our field by assigning some group projects throughout the courses. And then of course we try to foster engagement through discussion, and we do that in a variety of ways. Sometimes discussion is written, sometimes it's recorded videos, sometimes it's actually live person-to-person conversations. And so I think coming from multiple perspectives in terms of how we utilize technology as well as what we know about students, student success, and student interaction gives us an opportunity to do some really interesting and unique things in the classroom, and brings to light not just our online learners, but also the opportunity to learn from one another as working professionals.
The reason I love UWL is because I love teaching, and that's what I get to do here. I thrive on the relationship that I have with our students inside and outside of the classroom, and to connect them to the profession and to see sort of the light going off when we talk about issues in their studies that they can translate into their work in student affairs practice. I also love La Crosse as a community, and my partner and our 3 daughters are happy and connected and successful here. And the last reason why I love UWL is because of the colleagues, because of the close-knit community on this campus that is not very large. It's the smallest campus I've ever worked on. And we have many friends among the faculty and among other student affairs professionals.
Faculty colleagues that I have here in this program and throughout campus are really just fantastic. That's an aspect of my position that I really enjoy. I enjoy that collaboration. I've received a lot of support from them as one of the newer faculty members here. And then finally, I would just say, the beautiful city of La Crosse is something that was really attractive to me and made me want to be here at this institution.